Girls are lean, mean, and fierce. They train hard under extremely high levels of resistance training in grueling conditions to be in the absolute best shape for the toughest challenges. I've simulated a Navy SEALs workout using your Total Gym boot camp style. The goal of this challenge is to get into the best shape within 2 weeks. This is the second week of the program, so if you're just joining in now, please refer back to week 1 to get the full program details and start it from the beginning. How this challenge works is that you will perform the boot camp strength exercises 4 to 5 days per week and incorporate your own cardio 5 to 6 of those days. Now let's go ahead and learn the strength exercises for week 2's challenge. For the boot camp challenge, you will need a band, a kettlebell, and a timer so that you can clock the sets. For the dynamic warm-up, the first exercise that we're going to do is jumping jack squats. So Shane's going to perform those for 20 seconds. As he does this, he drops down as low as he can into his legs. He's pushing his hips back. He's using his hands on his thighs to keep his chest up and to pop straight back up. Once he's done this for 20 reps, he'll go right into high knees. So a high knee run, he goes right into it, trying to get his knees as high as possible, and you want to get this parallel or perpendicular to the floor. If you're at a park, you can run to a point and back. So Shane will demonstrate that. He's running to a point, he turns around and he comes back. This exercise is done for 60 seconds at a time. Once he's done with the 60 seconds, he'll go into the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 shuffle looks like this. He goes to the side, 1, 2, 3, shuffle and touches down. As he does this, he's trying to get as much lateral range of motion as he can, keeping his torso lifted, his core engaged, and he's rotating through the torso as he does this. Next, he'll go into a plank position. This exercise is plank pike up reaches. So he's in the plank position. He pushes back into a pike. As he does this, he's going to reach one hand to the opposite foot. He reaches it all the way forward to lengthen through his torso, his core, and his lower back. And he goes into that motion repeatedly. He can alternate hands or he can stay on the same side. Once you've done 10 reps on each side, you'll move to the next exercise, which is a down, down, up, up. So he'll hold his plank position, drop down to his forearms, down, down, and then up to his hands, up, up. And he'll go as fast as he possibly can for 60 seconds. Give me some more speed there, Shane. Nice. Now let's go ahead and learn the strength exercises for the challenge. The first exercise of the challenge is a Plyo Pull-Up. So Shane's going to come onto the Total Gym. He's going to push it up the rails. He's going to lie in a supine position. As he does this, he's going to go ahead and pull up with power and explosiveness to do the plyo. You can challenge this by adding speed, and of course he's going to do this exercise to failure. To really challenge the exercise, he's going to add a one-arm plyo pull-up. So he pulls up with 2, leg goes and drops with 1. Pulls up with 2, leg goes and drops with the other. And again, he's doing this to failure, to really fatigue the muscle. The higher the incline, the harder the challenge. If you're at a park, you're going to find something that you can climb on, whether it's a monkey bars, a basketball hoop, or whatnot, to do pull-ups. So Shane's going to perform as many pull-ups as he can to failure using a very slanted object to challenge his muscles. And of course, he can do this on both sides, changing his arm angle to really fatigue and work the muscle to failure. Next, we go into cable chest press. Now, the higher the incline, the harder the challenge. You can also do this from a kneeling position, but we're going to go from seated, and Shane's going to place his legs straight because he has a lot of flexibility. As he does this, the cables come underneath of his arms, and he's going to go right into the chest press. Now, the movement can be done at a fast speed, a slow speed, but the goal here is to have correct form to failure. Once he gets to the failure point, he's going to hold it out there in static equilibrium and go as fast as he can without moving the glide board. So as fast as you can, he's going to failure to really fatigue and burn out the muscle. Next, Shane's going to perform some push-ups using some upward, uneven rock objects. He's placing one hand on each of the rocks, his feet on the other, so that he can really utilize his range of motion as he performs the push-up. He gets as low as he can, and this really challenges his body in all ranges of motion, plus really works his core. And of course, he's performing this exercise to failure. Next, we move into kneeling open arm chops. So we're going to have the incline at either a medium or a high level. You're going to take the cables, you're going to go to a high kneeling position. From here, he's going to keep the arms open as he does the chop. You want to keep your core engaged at all times. And as you do this, you can alternate one arm on top or one arm on the bottom. But again, you're doing this movement to failure on both sides. This is very challenging from a kneeling position because you really have to use your balance, your stability, and your core. If you're at a park, you can do standing kettlebell chops. So you're going to use your kettlebell in an upside down grip, holding it by the horns, and you're going to just start to swing from side to side using the torso rotation of your core, going from shoulder to shoulder, making a U shape. To really challenge this in all different kinds of angles, you can add a circular motion, what I call is orbiting. But you're going to use the momentum of the kettlebell and get some speed into there, so really push it through and push it through. So this is just something you can play with if you have a kettlebell, using the bell at the park, and of course, exercise it to failure. Next, we go into single leg jump squats. You're going to have your incline at a high level with the squat stand attached. You're going to roll down into a supine position, and Shane's going to extend one leg to test out his joint angle of his knee. So if the foot is positioned properly, it won't have any pain as you go down. If you need to readjust it, do that prior to adding the jumps. Once he feels okay with that, he's going to start to explode into his plyometric jump. Now to challenge this, he's going to go and add a band. Now if you don't need the band under the foot, just keep it at this and go to failure. The more that you push off, the more the challenge. You can also add holding a resistance kettlebell or a medicine ball or some type of external weight to give you that extra push. Be sure to do this exercise on both sides to failure. So if you're at a park, you can use a bench to do an exercise of this standing single leg lunge. You're going to place one foot onto the bench at the very end of it so that you don't slip and you have better balance. You can bend down and pick up the kettlebell once you get down into your lunge, making sure that the knee is at 90 in the front and the back. As you go down into your lunge, you can either hold the kettlebell, press it out, or add a chop over the front knee. So rotating away and up will really work into your torso as well as your balance and your skills to maintain that coordination. Make sure that you do this exercise to failure on both legs. Next we go into dip pulses. The incline is either at a high or a medium level. Shane's going to place his hands onto the glide board, keeping it open, and his feet are in a pretty much a parallel stance with the legs slightly bent. As he keeps the glide board open, this is very challenging as he performs the dip. So he's going to go through the range of motion first to make sure that his shoulders stay away from his ears, his chest stays lifted, and he's going to start to increase his motion into the pulses. So he's going as fast as he possibly can to really fatigue to failure. To intensify this one step further, he can extend one leg out to the front. And he keeps this going until he hits failure. If you're at a park, you can still perform dips to challenge your body by finding two uneven surfaces, a bench, anything. Place your feet up onto one side, your hands onto the other, fingers pointing towards your toes, and you're going to lower your hips down as far as you can to really challenge your range of motion, to work the backs of your arms, while you keep your chest up, your shoulders away from your ears, and your core engaged. Of course, you perform this exercise to failure, but if you need a little bit more, you're going to extend one leg up as you do this exercise to really challenge the muscles of your triceps, your core, as well as your entire body to failure. The last exercise are straight leg lowers to work your core. So have your incline at a high level to really challenge your body. Shane's going to go into a supine position, holding at the top of his glide board. He's going to lift his legs straight up, lifting and rolling through the lower part of his spine to really activate the entire core. He's going to do this to failure. Now if you have someone there with you and you're wanting that extra challenge, you can actually push their legs down to really challenge their core and do as many as they possibly can, of course, to failure. If you're at a park, you can use a hillside or some type of incline to perform your straight leg lowers. So Shane is on this hillside and it's going to challenge his abs from the different angles. he lifts his legs up and performs the same exercise. And again, he's performing this to failure. Always make sure you end your workout with a proper cool down and stretch. And that's what we're gonna do. So the first stretch is going wall stretch for your thighs or your quads. So Shane's gonna place his shin up onto a flat surface and then shifts his body back as much as he can so that he lifts his torso up, he presses against his knee with both hands, and then leans back so that he can really feel the hip flexor and the thigh open. The closer that you get your body or your whole torso to the wall, the harder the challenge of the stretch. Be sure to do this stretch on both sides. You can also use your total gym to stretch your thighs. So Shane's gonna lie down halfway onto his right side. He's bending his left leg and then he's gonna pull up with the same arm, same leg. So he can keep his chest lifted and then pull his ankle or his calf in towards his glutes or hamstrings. As he does this, he's pressing the hip flexor down into the mat and really feeling the stretch. And of course, he's going to do the stretch on both sides. Next, you'll move into forward bend and rotation. So you're going to have your legs at a wide stance. You'll clasp your hands back behind you, and then you'll bend your body forward, keeping your chest lifted, your shoulders pulled back. Feel the stretch out through the backs of your shoulders, the upper torso, the lower back, and then you're going to add a rotation through the torso to stretch out through your shoulders as well as your chest. When you come up, roll yourself up, and then take a nice deep breath. Then you'll move into a hamstring figure 4 stretch using your total gym. So you'll place one leg onto the total gym, keeping it nice and straight, hinge forward from your hips to lengthen through your spine and feel the whole stretch coming down the backs of your legs. Now the lower the incline, the harder the stretch. The higher the incline, the more modified it is. Then you're going to take that leg that's straight and you're going to bring it into a forward figure 4 stretch. You're going to press up on the foot and down on the knee, and then hinge your body forward so that you can feel your piriformis or outer thigh stretch. Be sure to do this stretch on both sides. And if you have a foam roller, it's always best to foam roll your body right after your workout. So Shane's just going to show you a couple of simple moves using your foam roller for your thighs, for your piriformis, and for all types of angles of your muscles for your body. This helps to really rejuvenate the muscle and really relax it and get it ready for its next workout. These types of workouts are designed to develop strength and power through muscle endurance. So do the best you can by fatiguing the muscle to failure. Enjoy training to be the best that you can be. Have fun with it, and who knows, you may really excel at this type of training and you really might like it.
What?
Alright. The first act.
You want to get the best shape of your life? You join our private website. It's only $6.99 a month. Plus shipping and handling. You get all the workouts you can handle. Doing it at the gym, doing it in the grocery store, and even doing it in the bathroom. I'm here at the park. Just took a smoke break, but you know what? Get my workout in. Shane and Maria's Fitness Expo. Limited time offer. Get a 2 for 1. Just type in promo code Maria. Kicks ass. 783. 783. Get yours now before it's too late.
Get yours right now. 783. Shane's the man.
555. You ever go to the beach, look around? Wish I looked like that. Yeah, well, no more. It's a land of doers, not don'ters. You a doer, you a don'ter. Put down that remote right now. You walk over. You give us that credit card.
Get your remote out of your hand for round 2.